Anyway, I heard you speak about these 5G radiation. I'm going to that really quick. And you mentioned the 5G doesn't give you the virus. The 5G is not attached to the virus. The 5G depletes the body of oxygen. Anytime that radiation in your within your environment, what it does is it sucks up the water, the oxygen out of the body. And we know that the body is made up of 60% water. So if you have that radiation waves going at you throughout the day, it's depleting the body of water. Now, if your body is already compromised and you're not eating an alkaline-based diet, you're not eating with iodine foods like kelp, bladderwrack, sea moss, you're going to easily be depleted of oxygen, which causes the person to faint and pass out. That's why people in China were passing out, because 5G was rolled out in Wuhan first. That's where they rolled it out, and people started dropping like flies. The birds were flying out and dropping out the air in the Netherlands. The birds were dropping out the air in various places throughout the world where they rolled out 5G. So a lot of times when you start seeing stuff that's happening, it happens to the animals first. Those are our first line of defense.
All right, Lydia, do us a favor, because we're racing the clock here. Can you put it in a question form so they can respond?
Well, I don't have a question in general, so I'll get off the line. Thank you.
Anyway, right, Brother G in the district. Brother G, your question for the Faith Brothers. Is Brother G still with us?
Do you hear me?
No, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
no, I can hear you now.
My question is, in a modern day context, when it says, "Come, let us deal wisely with them, and lest they multiply and join us to our enemies." In a modern day context, is it too far-fetched to see that the government, this modern pharaoh in which we live, could devise such a virus to come against us and to dwindle our numbers, just like it was done 4,000 years ago in ancient Egypt?
Well, let me address that, if you may, and I'll keep it short. No, it's not too far-fetched, because what you're talking about is depopulation. You're talking about depopulation, the same thing that was done as it relates to the Pharaoh that was in Egypt to God's people, to depopulate. So, no, it's not far-fetched to do that. One thing I'd like to address on the 5G shortly, if I may, Carl.
Sure, go ahead.
Yes, 5G itself creates negative effects, particularly in the health of various people. They haven't identified exactly what those problems are, but there is various 5G. There are some that are called millimeter 5G waves, which has to be in close proximity of the towers to function. But are there debilitating effects? Of course there are debilitating effects. The question is whether or not those debilitating effects actually create a breeding place for the coronavirus itself. That's the question. And I just don't want people to erroneously link 5G with the virus. The virus itself is separate from 5G and the effects, just as the other waves that we've had prior to 5G. And of course, the caller was correct when it was actually put online. There were birds falling from the air. There were fish that were dead within the ocean, which I've seen with my own. So she was correct about that. The thing of it is how we're going to tie this in with debilitating effects and with this coronavirus itself. I think we should focus on the virus itself, of course, but if this is some format to push forward the population, of course, we need to really look at that very carefully.